We are continuing exemptions of non-resident. My dear friend, next exemption is based on relationship of India versus Abu Dhabi. You might have heard, and you have, if you have seen some of the movies which are recorded or shooted in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is one of the richest country. So far as money is concerned, they don't have any lack of funds. They are having crores of rupees fund available with them. So a king of Abu Dhabi and Mr. Modi, Prime Minister Modi, is having very good relationship. Please understand. And out of this good relationship, our Prime Minister have requested this king of Abu Dhabi to invest in Indian infrastructure. He said, see, India is not a developed country yet because lot of investment activities has to happen. So it is win-win situation for both the countries. For Abu Dhabi, not only for Abu Dhabi, but also from India. India will get a fund. Okay, with that fund, India will run a lot of projects, road projects, tunnel project, port project, a lot of infrastructure activities will happen. And we assured you, because we assured you a guaranteed return that you will not get anywhere else. India is having absorption capacity of thousands of crore. You can invest thousands of crore and your principal amount is secured. At the same time, India will give you best possible interest. Not only that, sir, whatever interest you are going to earn from Indian infrastructure development funds, please understand, we are going to make it exempt in your hand. So you please bring investment to India, and from India, whatever returns your funds are generating, it will be completely exempted subject to fulfillment of certain condition and lock-in period of 3 years. We are putting a lock-in period of 3 years because obviously to develop an infrastructure facility and make it revenue operational, it takes minimum 3 years time. So we are asking them to wait for at least 3 years. That is the lock-in period. You won't believe, due to the relationship that we are having with the foreign countries right now, India is having very good relationship with foreign nations now. So they have actually invested crores of rupees in India. Not only the government of Abu Dhabi, but also the pension funds from Abu Dhabi and some retirement funds or sovereign funds from the Gulf country. They are ready to invest into Indian infrastructure development activities. Very important exemption from government of India's perspective, from infrastructure development perspective. Section 1023 FE, mark it little important. You need to have the understanding because it is recently introduced in the act. So they may target this in examination. Certain income of wholly owned subsidiary, that company is wholly owned subsidiary of whom? Of Abu Dhabi Investment Authority or sovereign wealth fund or some specified fund. So 3 funds are exempt here. One is subsidiary created by Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, that is the government entity of Abu Dhabi. Sovereign wealth fund, that means government wealth fund. And third is pension fund. All these 3 funds are having a huge money and they are ready to invest in India, and India is willing to give them best possible return without any tax. Okay. A nature of income exempted. Any income on a specified person in a nature of dividend from India, interest from India, long-term capital gains from India arising out of investment made by it in India, whether it in form of debt or share capital or unit, would be exempt if such investment first is made on or after 1st April 2020 but before 31st March 2024. So sunrise and sunset clause. So this benefit is available only for 4 years and held for at least 3 years. This is the lock-in period. You have to hold this investment for 3 years. If you don't hold, then exemptions will be withdrawn. That provision we have. Eligible investment, such investment should be in Business Trust of India, that is REIT or REIT or InvIT, Infrastructure Investment InvIT, REIT or InvIT, Real Estate Investment Trust or Infrastructure Investment Trust of India. A company or enterprise or entity carrying on a business of a developing, operating, maintaining, developing of or maintaining any infra facility, okay, as defined in ATIA and approved by central government. A category 1 and category 2 of alternative investment fund. So they can invest in AIF and AIF will invest in this particular projects in India. That is also fine. But Cat 1 and Cat 2, because Cat 1 and Cat 2 are considered as most secured form of investment. Cat 3 is a little risky because they invest in startup organization. Okay. Next one. So power of CBDT to issue guidelines. Obviously our income tax have kept the power with them to issue certain regulatory guidelines. In case of any difficulty arises regarding the interpretation and implementation of these provisions of this clause, the CBDT may issue guidelines for the purpose of removing the difficulty. Every guideline issued by the CBDT has to be laid before the House of Parliament. That is okay. Taxability on failure to satisfy the condition. Which condition will be satisfied? 3 years condition. Then what will happen? Any income that you have already earned in past, say for example, in year 1 you have taken the exemption, in year 2 you have taken the exemption, and year 3 you have sold the investment, that is, this is the violation year. In case you violated the provisions of lock-in, then whatever amount was exempted in last 2 years will become taxable in the 3rd year. Where any income has not been included in the total income of the specified person due to aforesaid provision, that means it was exempted, and subsequently during any previous year the specified person fails to satisfy any of the condition mentioned, so that the said income would not have been eligible for the exemption or non-inclusion, such income shall be chargeable to tax at the income of a specified person of that previous year. Next one. So who is the specified person? A wholly owned subsidiary of Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. It should be resident of United Arab Emirates. It makes investment directly or indirectly out of the fund owned by government of Abu Dhabi. So it's a government fund. Okay. It can be a sovereign wealth fund. Sovereign means government. Okay. So it should be wholly owned and controlled directly or indirectly by government of the foreign country. It can be any foreign country for that matter. It should be set up and regulated under the law of the foreign country. We don't know which country will invest, right? So we have, like for it was originally initiated for Abu Dhabi, and then we have made an amendment by making it available for all other foreign countries. Okay. The earnings of the funds are credited either to the account of government of that foreign country or any other account designated by the government, so that no portion of the earning incurs or benefits any private person. So it's not a private entity, it's a sovereign fund, government fund. The asset of the said fund vests in the government. Okay, it does not undertake any commercial activity within India or outside India. The sole purpose was to just collect money and invest money. It is specified by the central government by notification. And the third eligible person here is pension fund. It should be created or established under the law of the foreign country, including the law made by any political constituents, being the province, state or local body or whatever name called. So any foreign pension fund. So why pension fund? Because pension fund will have a huge money with them. It should not be liable to tax in such foreign country. If it is a genuine fund, then the such fund will be exempted in their country also. If you want exemption from India, first of all, you should deserve exemption from your own country, meaning thereby you should be a genuine fund, a genuine government fund. It satisfies other prescribed condition and it is approved by the central government of India. So this is how we are bringing a lot of foreign investments in India, and we are ready to give you exemption. You help us to develop India, take the exemption, no problem. But yes, you have to come to India before 31st March 2024. That's a sunset clause we have put, so that we are making little, it's like a sales call. We are just doing the marketing. Come to India soon, so that we are able to develop the India before next election of 24. So this is how it happens. It is having obviously one of the political color, because the exemption is emerged out of political relations. Thank you.